All right, everyone. We've reached the end of WebFun. It is week 3, day 5. We're going to present our projects. We've come so far. And then at 2, we're going to join the graduation. So I hope to see you guys all there at the link. I will provide it for you guys. We'll take attendance for this as well. But after this project presentations, you can work on whatever you have left that you'd like. Your project. I'll provide some links after the presentations for what to study. For Python, it's not going to be a required study that you have to know this material. We don't want you to get the impression of you need to have mastered the understanding of this to make day 1. This is just some prep material in case you're curious. If you're nail biting what is Python and what, how to read it, want something to start with, we'll give you something, but don't get the impression of, okay, I got to get this completely mastered by the time Python day 1 is starting. But it would be helpful to read ahead. So that being said, let's start our presentations. So I'm going to go through, let me get a way of making a good list here so I don't go out of order. All right, let me stop sharing my screen. And I know, well, Aaron's always going to go first, right? So
I don't mind.
No, thank you, Aaron. That helps me because it gives me a moment to make the list here. So Aaron, if you would do the honors, let's do our presentation, please, of your project.
Sure.
Can you also tell us who's up next so they can start preparing?
Oh, everyone better start preparing now.
You mean finishing my code, right? That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Slam out whatever it is that you need to finish. All right, well, here's my page. I have a nav bar on the left, which lets me go to all the different locations on the screen. Then you have a parallax behind the welcome page. It's probably something I'm going to update down the line, but it works. It's nice. It's something. Then for skills, I didn't really know what to put, so I just put a meme there. I have skills pertaining to my experience, so if you want to check it out below. And the GIF is inconceivable. Yeah, it's basically a giant meme template here. So it's just services I can provide. I do quality assurance. Currently in progress of learning software development. Just basic stuff right now. Certifications, I doubt I have any of these right now, but something I'm working towards. Really nice to hover over and look at them. They don't do anything when you click them, unfortunately. So I do have them linked to my GitHub. So if you click on them, they should open up to them. I'm trying to open up in a new tab, but my Wi-Fi is restricting how fast my mouse can move and stuff. Yeah, so they link directly to my GitHub. An issue that I did come up with that I was trying to figure out was when I shrink my view to the mobile view, the projects don't wrap. What I mean by that is if I do the mobile view, if I can get there, they kind of just keep extending on one plane or this one div. And I wanted to wrap around so it doesn't push my window size larger. So I was going with Vincent about this, and we noticed that when my view shrinks too much, the nav bar gets pushed to the side. And that's because originally it was an issue with these icons. I didn't shrink them. So when it became too small, they kind of create this scroll bar on the bottom, and it was pushing things out. And I think my current issue right now is with the projects. It's not properly scaling as I want, and it's not moving down to the next row. I think it's just all stuck in one row at the moment. So that's something I have to look into and fix.
Okay.
But yeah, then I have like my work experience down here, which is a nice accordion, kind of like that style. And then the education, same thing, just the one by one stuff here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Then references. I was gonna put something down. I like say Josh and Vincent, but I don't know. That's too forward of me. Because yeah, so it's just the general placeholder text. This will link to my GitHub and my LinkedIn, even though I pointed to the opposite ones. And this will open up your whatever default option you want to send me mail. I might look into putting something else instead of my actual mail address there. So if people wanted to throw spam at me, I'd have at least a filter for that. But yeah, let's see. The mobile view. I do have it so that when it gets to the small view, the top nav bar shows up. Issue that I ran into is I'm not sure why, but when I have this drop down menu, whoa, what happened to my text? Something happened. When I have this drop down menu, I cannot click the icon that I put here for the menu button. I can do it from clicking the text, but not the icon. I've put like a test variable on the icon itself. So when I click it, I am console logging and getting like the alert to show that it's actually running the function from clicking the icon or the image file, but it's not triggering the same drop down menu from the icon or the image. It only works when I click on the text. It's kind of weird. I might need to dig into that a little bit more. But yeah, these will let me scroll to the different sections. I did get the issue that I think John was having, where you click on a skin, but your nav bar is now blocking the top part. And I can't really add more margins without it screwing with the current margin. But I guess that's something I could have just added because it is a mobile view. It could take just more space, and that should be fine. That is something I can work on later. But yeah, that's what. So mostly functional page, most editable, and yep.
Okay. Thank you so much. You are looking great, Aaron. I think what you need to do for the mobile view is check what are you using? Are you using Bootstrap or media queries to get that view?
So I got a media query to be able to between the left nav bar and the top nav bar. And then I started out with some Bootstrap to get the cards and style setup, but then I wasn't as comfortable as I wanted with the Bootstrap. So I just started making everything else with CSS. And I think the mix of the two is what's causing a lot of friction with my what I want to do. So I'm probably going to either study up on Bootstrap to either get it completely done in Bootstrap or just scrap Bootstrap altogether and make it all in CSS.
Okay. Yeah, I'd recommend trying with Bootstrap. I like the
Okay.
CSS effects. They make the page but they make it pop. But if it makes it slow down too much, there's an image file reducer called Squoosh. I can send that to you. And that may reduce the file size of some of the GIFs or images that would make your page slow.
Is it slow on your side? Because
Well, maybe it's the
not
animation through Zoom that I see like it's
okay.
a little choppy.
This one is the certification GIF.
A little bit.
Okay, it just might be
The translation through Zoom. Yeah.
the translation through Zoom because I know my Wi-Fi is probably being throttled by how much data it's being
Didn't lag.
sent through a 4K screen.
Yeah. But
Yeah, so it might be a
in case
resolution
anyone
issue.
runs into an issue where their page is being slowed down by image file size, you can run it through this website called Squoosh. You upload your images there. I posted it in the chat. Then that will give you the same quality image with the reduced image file size.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to see, like my code or anything? Or
No, I think we're good with that. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you showing your profile. And did you think you'd be able to make something like this when you started programming basics? Or did you already have some?
not really. I probably could get like a wireframe out of this, but nothing as elaborate as this.
Yeah. And you guys will build many more exciting projects. So let's go through the list. Next is Alexi.
All right.
Going by alphabetical order?
Yes, maybe.
Oh.
All right. So this is my project. It's pretty simple. I changed the background color here just because just to see everything a little better. I used the contrast calculator, and it said that my contrast was horrible. So it's probably really bright on your end again.
Yeah, it is. It is, but
Yeah.
it's okay. We know that.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just, yeah. I did change the colors of these just to get a little bit more contrast on them as well. I did not end up linking them. This was what I was supposed to do today, but I ended up doing something else. So this is where I'm at right here. The gallery stayed basically the same. I changed the colors of the calculator just to make it more the same theme without the big green thing. So it still works if you do, 110 square feet. It'll do the math for all, all of them. References has a little, scroller in there. Contacts, I still need to fill it out, but I was doing this one, and this took me a long time. So,
Nice. How'd you
yeah,
get that working? What is that?
that's just an API, Google API that I
Awesome.
linked into it, and then just put it in my JavaScript. I just had to put a kind of latitude and longitude in the zoom, and yeah. So that was fun. That was fun to do. And then what I did work on today, this morning, was when I go into gallery and it's a little bit hectic. When I move it to, so when I move it to under 480, so it goes into a gallery carousel.
Nice. You
The
you got
only
it working. Okay,
I
but
got it
that one's a
working.
little big. That one image is a
Yeah,
little big.
yeah, this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
so because I cropped the rest of them and this one didn't crop. So so it's bouncing around a little bit. But yeah, but after I did that, oh, I'm missing a picture or something like that. Okay. But once I did that, my centering's completely off. So I just did this today, this morning, so I didn't have time to fix the centering. But the rest of it's pretty centered. This one's off a little bit now. These guys, I don't know what happened, but all my centering's off a little bit. So I mean, but that's something I could fix.
Mhm.
And now this pops up and you even have these. So and my parallax is working. Everything's centered fairly decently, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. I feel like I never thought I could get to this point, so I'm pretty happy
Yeah,
with it.
that's awesome.
And I'll probably do the same thing for these. So it collapses into a carousel as well.
Right. Yeah.
Just to keep it all kind of the same and make sure, just so it does, so you don't feel like you're swiping for an hour to get to the bottom of the page. So,
This
but
looks
yeah,
good. This is awesome.
that's
Right?
my project.
Your friend's gonna be happy, I'm sure, right?
I hope so. He
Better
doesn't have
be.
to. He doesn't have to pay me. I hope he's happy.
He's gonna say, well, I think this margin's a little too wide here.
Oh,
But
he's exactly gonna. That's exactly what he said. I had so I used the logos from the Bootstrap icons,
Mhm.
and for some reason it like made this like box, and I can't make them bigger just by like accessing this and trying to make it bigger. It just makes a box around it bigger. So I don't know if that's something that icons do. But I'm gonna look into it and learn from it as well. So, but
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. He owes you one, I guess. Maybe.
yeah, just a beer.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
All right,
Thank you, Alexi.
thank you.
Nice done. Well done, Alexi. All right, we are gonna move on to Anthony.
Alrighty. So where's pulling up? Okay. A couple things I didn't get to finish up. I was messing with these two borders are exactly the same amount of pixels. For some reason they appeared indifferent. I couldn't figure out why. I was still messing with it. But these two should be like identical when it comes to like their outlining. So besides that, not a big deal. But I'm just using this page as a basic just like a digital business card. It's gonna have all my basic information on here. I'm gonna slowly add over the next couple months. I want to be able to, by the end of, hopefully by the end of this course, if not by the end of this year, have this fully fleshed out to be where I can go to any business or any future employer and be like, hey, here's my business card, like at the end of my interview, or even to just start off my interview,
Nice.
or just to go in there and be like, hey, I'm interested in your job. Here's my information. You can, if you want to continue with it, you can contact me, and it's going to give just basic blurbs about myself.
Oh yeah, they have a typo in Florida there. So
Well, yeah, there's probably a couple typos.
sorry, don't need to rain on you.
Oh yeah, so fly, yeah. My publicist hasn't gone over this in Reddit yet, so there might be when I was going through this the first time, I found like probably 30 different typos in just this.
Yeah. No, I know how you feel. I had typos in my slides when I presented to you guys. So
Even
just pretend they're
hold
not
on,
there. Say what typo.
real quick. I wanna. Is this my? I can't remember where I. Whatever. Is this it?
Where you
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So I got a prop folio right in the top right here. Got a prop folio. I got a Smapple. Couple. And okay, let's go back to here though. All these links or all these buttons are all usable. They'll take you to the corresponding spots on my GitHub.
That's cool.
All these links. This will connect you to my email. Yeah. So you can
Nice.
send me an email. This will take you to GitHub, and this will take you to my LinkedIn. They both work. GitHub's just my main profile, and my LinkedIn account isn't actually connected to anything just because my LinkedIn isn't fully fleshed out. All my links work properly. My spacing got messed up somewhere between here and the last 10 minutes because now it's barely cutting it off at the top. Probably does it on all three of them. This takes you back, or Anthony will take you back to the very top. Again, when it came to my mobile view, I figured maybe the bottom part could be a little, I don't know, I really like this font. I just couldn't figure out how to make this look better. I'm going to be messing with it a little bit more. It's nothing game breaking to me. Everything fits really well. these images way too small. Needed to go back. I added the zoom last night, and I didn't remember to check if it how it would mess with this,
Right.
and it messed these images up. So I got to go back and fix that up too. But
Okay. Okay.
everything. I also really like how everything, the contact me is completely in one thing. When I messed up the spacing, like with these images, this doesn't fit as well as I wanted it to. But
Yeah.
it used to fit perfectly where portfolio would be right here. This would fit right there. And just this is going to be how it is. This isn't a big deal to me, having the little bit of parallax at top and bottom.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. You know, the only thing is, I'm wondering how that mail button would work on a mobile phone, like how it would work. Not,
Right?
you could just deploy your website, do it from your phone, and see how it works.
So, yeah, I think it's because of how I did it. It should just pull up your whatever your innate mail for your phone should be.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I hope it works like that. That'd be
I'm
nice.
pretty sure it will. I'd have to deploy and check it, but overall, it came out pretty close to my overall idea.
Yeah.
That website, the swoosh website, swoosh whatever you named it was. It made this image. It made it so much more smooth flowing through this because originally this thing was choppier than all hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing that like the cityscapes look great. You couldn't even really tell that there's any on this one. You can tell there's a little bit of compression, but the skies look painted. They look like Bob Ross did.
That's funny.
Like right there, if you just took this snippet, you can compare that to any Bob Ross painting. Like these little but overall, I like it.
That
Came
looks
out nice.
painted. That one looks especially painted to me.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's the only thing that got compressed was the sky. Like the actual trees look great. The buildings don't look that like digitized or anything. It's just the sky, which is fine. I think it adds a cool little effect. Kind of looks intentional.
Yep, Bob Ross would be proud.
Little happy little accident.
Yeah.
But
All right.
I'm happy with how
Awesome.
it came out.
Well, that's an awesome website. Yeah, it's a great business card. So thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Austin.
Oh no. Okay, so I mean I didn't quite finish, but I made some progress. Let me get through that. Okay, I just gotta change these avatars. I feel like it just looks stupid, but again, those are just temporary. Just use that picture because it's what I picked up.
Nice. Okay, so that's what you're
I got my nav bar to float with me and not look bad. The about section. And I made it down to Skittles. But now that I'm like figuring out how to add to the bottom of it, it's coming pretty fast. But that's as far as I made it.
Okay, well, this is looking great. I mean, only 2 sections left, right? Portfolio and
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah. See, well, where I just spent a lot of yesterday was trying to get this to go good in mobile view, which was a problem because when I shrink it, my button comes up just fine in the nav bar. This first part doesn't look too bad.
This isn't exactly mobile view though. This is just a shrunken desktop. That's like a tablet at best. But you need to see the mobile.
Yeah, here, let me go
inspect it.
Let's go in Chrome. And then click this, right?
Yep, that's it.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Yeah, see, that's how you actually should be coding it. And then see at the top left where it says responsive 320, change that to see where the drop down is. Grab a mobile device, and then you can test from there. That's like a more practical way of knowing what is actually mobile. So there you go. You have your work cut out. You have a week.
Oh man, now I'm like, oh yeah. But yeah, I have a whole week.
So that's plenty of time to work on this.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions for Austin? It's looking good. Maybe one day it will have a picture of you, not the
Yeah.
blue avatar lady. So, okay, awesome. All right. Thank you very much, Austin. And next up is Benjamin.
Hey everyone. So I have made a few big steps on my project, pretty happy about it. Although some of the time it took to integrate some things was a bit unexpected. Let me pull it up for you real quick. So right now, what I've got showing first is my README. I just put a little description of what my project is and some testing zip codes. We'll refresh this real fast. What I was able to integrate was the destination and the weather forecast. Still have to change images. I had to adjust some things. What I learned as I went through the GitHub API list, I wanted to focus on weather. And then I just looked through a couple of these different ones and I just pulled AccuWeather. And it was a really informative learning experience, trying to like link the API, going through this process, dealing with API keys, figuring out how to call the specific information from the documentation of the API. And then understanding on another level that when you're signing up, like just because you found one that has the ability to do the things you want doesn't mean you're going to be able to get it under certain circumstances. So I ended up going with this one before diving too deep and really seeing that like to get some of the features I wanted, I wasn't actually going to be able to do the 7-day forecast that I was hoping for. So I adjusted my expectations and redesigned it so that it was just like a 5-day view. There's more layers that I think that I can go into this, given more time that I'm going to try and implement. But I ended up making a little guide for myself about how to go back and do that API key process while blanking out the API key so that it's not visible to you guys while I'm showing you. But what it ends up pulling out here, and I'll take this view off so you can see it more clearly, is right now I have a default set to my zip codes. So these 5 days are actually tomorrow and the next following 4 days of the maximum temperatures right now of where I'm at. But if I wanted to say, let's see, San Diego, I could go ahead and put that zip code in here and search, and all of those temperatures will change. And so that file path was really interesting to kind of figure out. It's a lot of like pulling the specific inspect variables to understand what was going on, and looking into like the daily forecast, then the specific day that it gives me from the information that I imported, and then going to the temperature, and then going to the maximum, and then down to adding the units. So really happy with just that aspect alone functioning. And then got some assistance to learn what it meant to like hide my API key. Still in the process of doing that. So I haven't pushed this to GitHub because I don't want to share that information, which is a private key. And was starting to work with the .env, .gitignore, and config JavaScript. I made a separate folder for the weather API specifically because when I had actually coded my plan my trip stuff, it does generate the packing list for those materials, but doing that so manually generated some pretty long hard coding examples of those lists, as you can see here. So just to organize my thoughts, I separated the files.
Wow.
And then linking in the APIs, I added some like on-change trip selectors using this. That was for that destination section. Oh wait, no, that was the sorry, that's pick your trip. The one that I'm talking about is the zip code over here on click, so that you could input and then click to search, so that it would then call that weather function using the query selector to then populate these locations with that information that I had pulled. So I'm looking forward to trying to figure out the Google Calendar API and the Google Map API. I
Yeah.
did try to start with those, and the process for those ones was a little bit more lengthy, and I actually got stopped and stuck because I was trying to verify and set up the account and everything, but it kind of just was taking a little while to get everything set up. So I just wanted to get one working and move forward. So this is what I've got going for me so far. I'll also be able to update these buttons in the future, but for now, this is what I'm looking at. And if I do go into mobile view, you can still go here. Let's see, maybe, what is this, New York, I think. And the temperatures change for New York.
Nice. And so
Right.
it only counts for those 5 days, right? Just
Correct. Right now, I do have the ability to change the date, but I didn't want to get into that coding aspect of that yet because I was just trying to get a MVP available to show today.
Okay.
So there are some ways in the documentation that I got to look into with AccuWeather to specifically target the dates that it's choosing instead of just the blanket next 5 days.
Right. Yeah. And so if you get that information, you can even add to the weather forecast the amount of circles per days that it is, and then just title those days, what day of the week and
Exactly.
day.
And there's even icons that I can refer to within the documentation and this file path here to actually populate instead of these icons that I put in. I'm hoping I'll be able to take in their weather app icons.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah. No, I see this could be useful.
Yeah, that's the goal. And ultimately, I feel like I accomplished my goal. I wanted to choose to make a project that would cause me to learn a lot. And dealing with the APIs has been a very good learning experience.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, nice job, Ben. Nice presentation. Thank you, Ben. We are moving on to Ernest.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so I decided to make my website a bit like retro styly, but the main focus of it is this stock chart and this stock finder, and basically you can search up any stock you want, and then just press add, and then comes up with a chart. So when you click on add, it defaults to a year, but you can always change that by like clicking 5 years if you want, or like a month, or like a day. It also, if the stock is down, it should say, oop, I don't know why that's not working. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work when I don't click on add, but yeah, it should. But yeah, that's what it looks like.
Wow. Wow, this is so cool.
Thank you.
But yeah, I just want to just sit and stare at it and read the headlines there. Did you write
Oh.
this yourself?
Yeah, I had a bit of fun with that actually, searching up like all the important dates at this time.
Is that a marquee? Is that what it's called?
No, for this one, I was planning on using this, but it was actually another technique where you just like do a lot of like a text boxes. I can show you if you want. 1 second.
1999. Like that Prince song.
I bet you all the young people don't know all, like any of those, but I actually know every single one of those things. The AOL in the corner, I was like, yep, that hit too close to home.
Yeah, so this is what I did for that. I didn't use any marquees. I just used spans. Because there was another way where I think you could use marquees, but all this text for some reason, like for example, for this first one, it would just like cut off like right here. And then so I wanted it to show like multiple stuff. But so yeah, that's why I went with this way.
Cool. And then what are you using for the graph? Was it GraphQL? Is what you ended up with?
it was a chart.js, I think. I
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's the one that you recommended me.
Yeah, you end up
That
using it.
worked a
Very
lot
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I wanted to see a bit more of that, Ernest, but you already showed everything. It just like to see the whole 90s look. Caught me
Well, I
off
can-
guard. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is totally spot on. I was like, hold on a second. I was confused when you shared your screen. I was like, is he on an old browser or yeah, so awesome. Yeah, just not to make that screeching sound whenever you connect to the internet. So cool. All right. Thank you, Ernest. That was awesome. Blew my mind. Isaiah, you're up.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we're reading your email.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, oh, you changed up his website a little bit.
So here's my code and I'll show you the finished product. So I changed the color a little bit and I uh ch- added the portfolio title. And
Yes.
I want to I want someone to like know where their mouse is at all times when they are on my page. And that's why these things they change colors when mouse hover over on them.
Yeah,
Because I always lose track of my mouse.
I see.
Oops. I think these should take to the pages, yeah. For the project I create.
Oh, hold on. That's the test. We don't want to deploy the test.
Oh, okay.
So
Then
take that off of GitHub. Pretend we didn't see that. Okay. Yeah.
that wasn't on GitHub. It was like on it's stored in my computer. So
Yeah. But even the image of the test, we don't want to put that online at all. So
Yeah, Josh has to edit now.
yeah.
okay.
Another edit, Isaiah. So now I know where you live. If you don't take it down, I'm gonna come to you. Okay.
Okay. Then yeah, then here's a video I upload.
Nice.
So
You
that
can't
works.
hear the volume, but you look very serious.
And this image does move when mouse hover on it. And these are links, so when hover, they do move a little bit and change color. So they know they have their mouse on it already.
Got it.
So yeah, just
Nice. I like the look of your website. It has like a 90s feel as well. Something about it feels very old school, clean look. I like the style. Really
Thank you.
Yeah. Great job, Isaiah.
I would take the numbers off, the phone numbers for the references though, because other people might not want their numbers to be public. But
So you don't want them to call you when they
well,
need
you don't
you?
know who's gonna look at the site, and they might, spam call people, or you don't know. So.
Yeah, maybe put their references available upon request.
Okay, so all this will be take the phone number off all this.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah, just their number, where you put their phone number, just put text there, available upon request for all the
Oh,
so they would just
okay.
have to email you for references. And so you just send an email where whoever your references are. I would recommend doing that.
So if you says that someone might call, so where exactly are you thinking to post this website to? Like the World Wide Web for everyone to look at?
Eventually, yeah. Yeah. Right?
Oh.
That's why you made it. For yourself, so you can get a job.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking, no, the only place to find a job would be Indeed.
Well, no, you post your resume on Indeed, and at the top of your resume, you have a link to your website. So sometimes if they get to your resume and they see you have a website, they just go straight to your website and scroll through there, and they'll see the same thing they see on your resume, but they see it through your website, which is a better looking place anyways.
Ah, I see. Gotcha. Okay.
Awesome. Well, nice job, Isaiah. I like your photo as well. It's nice. It's like that you took it in an airport while you were wearing a suit.
I did.
Fly with the suit, or just that particular time?
Wait, what?
I said, do you usually fly with the suit on, or is just this particular time?
I usually always wear a suit.
Oh,
when
nice.
I go out. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't wear t-shirts
Oh, okay. Very
or sweater.
serious.
Not my
It's
type.
serious. Okay. If we meet Isaiah in the real world, he's no longer funny anymore.
Business only.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you for showing us your website. Okay, next up is James. Is James here today? Oh, James is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, I missed your name.
Oh,
Oh, it's your emote. It's the character face. Yes, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you my progress I have so far, but yeah, I had to make a lot of last minute changes to my portfolio. Let's go with this. So this is it right here. It's clearly not finished yet, but I was trying to get some interactions going and try to use Bootstrap, but it confused the hell out of me. So I decided to scrap it all and just go with straight CSS for right now.
Okay. Yeah, stick to what you know. All right.
So this is my nav bar about me transitioning. I try to add some edits in here. Hopefully icons, like excuse me, interactive icons on the top, but unfortunately they didn't appear correctly.
Okay.
And yeah, and this is what I have so far. So
all right. Looking good. You have a whole week to finish this up. So you have a good start. Thank you, James.
thank you.
All right. Next up, we have John.
So I haven't gotten too much done since yesterday, to be quite honest, but this is my portfolio page. Got it to move down. I had the same issue as Aaron, where the navbar kind of covers it, but shouldn't be too hard of a fix, in my opinion. I also got these links. Oh, sorry. That's really weird. That link should not work like that, but I guess I'll just move on to my next project that I worked on. So this is like kind of like a card game over here. I didn't really get to finishing this either, but basically it's just a war card game. So you just draw a card from the deck, or each person, and then whoever has the higher value takes a point.
Okay.
So right now at the point where I'm at is that when I hit the button again, it doesn't reset the board, so it just keeps propagating these cards.
Got it.
I need to fix that up, and I also needed to update the score value. So yeah, and then basically just as far as functionality, it doesn't seem like too much, but when I hit the onload button, or when it loads the page, it'll create a deck of just random cards in a random order, and then it'll split the decks into two. So there's a deck for the AI, which I called Yo Mama, and then a deck for your cards when you play. And then this is just the JavaScript for that. And so yeah.
Okay. Do you often play this game with your mom?
I just thought it would have been boring to put like computer up there, so I wanted to make it a little spicy.
It's great. You got us laughing. Okay, well, wait, so that was you said you had another project? That was one of them, and you had another one, or
this was the project. I actually was kind of sick last night, so I couldn't finish it up.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, it was looking great. That's the first card game I've seen with the actual cards being played. So just need to finish up those bugs, and you have a working app. Nice job, John.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Kurt.
Oh, hello. Give me 1 second. I'm still hard stuck on that same issue from yesterday, Josh, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm totally at a lot. Also, I figured out what the issue was earlier with the that weird error thing that we were talking about. We had an infinite while loop.
Oh, I see.
We said while it was equal to something and then never changed it, so it just went forever. So this is what it is right now. I'm stuck on this. This is about as close as I've gotten it. Cause I've been stuck on this issue where the quotes in this automatic little carousel overlap with each other. So now I have it to where they don't overlap with each other, but they flicker back in right before they head out. And I have no idea why they do that. So I was trying to use like a transition for opacity with like a timer on it and use ease in, ease out. So what I had found out from yesterday, Josh, was that CSS does not support having separate ease in, ease out times. You have to find a way around it. You can't do that. So instead, I took this function back to the display none to display block instead of adding the class, and I tried to do a keyframe animation in which I just said, what if the animation only made it opacity 1 for a portion of it and had 0 at the end? And that gives me the spacing I want. And now I don't know why it just flickers back up at the end. I don't, it should stay because it has the it has forwards, so it should remember that it hit 0. So I don't even know why it comes back up. I can't figure it out. So on that one, and then also I had because I got these to work the way I wanted to, where they fade in and out, but I'm certain it's some sort of precaution thing that goes into web design when the user like interacts with it way too much. Because if I do like this, I can break it and cause multiple of them to show up,
Yeah.
even they're supposed to fade. And if you press any other button, it fixes it immediately. But if you were just to click a whole bunch of stuff, it does this. And so I just discovered that this morning, so I haven't even had a chance to look into how I would do that.
Okay. Does it have a mobile view?
No, I haven't even gotten the mobile view. I've just been like hyper focusing on like these when I was trying to do these like interactive or these transition effects to get them right. So no. So basically I think how much of this was adjusted to screen? Yeah, so this carousel and then this these buttons, the way that they're set up is that they're gonna adjust to the screen. I just haven't set it up for them to adjust their size, and I would have to adjust the containers the same way and then adjust the size as well
Okay.
for a mobile
Okay.
view.
Got it. All right.
So this is about all I have. If anybody has any ideas about this, I'm not doing this with the aid of any framework. If anybody has any idea why this flickers back up at the end or how to get them fully separated between transitions, I would be totally open to ideas because I'm going insane. But that's it.
It feels like I've seen this bug before, and it's just like a deja vu looking at it.
I don't get it because this should prevent that, because if I'm understanding this right, this should make it so that it remembers what happens at the end of this animation, and end of animation 100% is 0 opacity. So it shouldn't show back up. So I'm just assuming it's some sort of issue here, to be honest. But I don't know what it is. I'd have to look into it.
Okay. Okay. Well, nice, awesome website anyway. Very unique design. Always was a fan of this one.
Okay.
So thank you, Kurt. Well done. Next up, we have Kai Miller.
Okay, sorry, just let me pull up my code real quick. Okay, all right. All right, so here's the finished product. I'm pretty satisfied with how it turned out. I was able to
get the parallax working. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was, but it was pretty simple. The only issue I had was there was like a white like border showing up whenever you scrolled down or scrolled up. It would like pop up at the bottom. But Aaron suggested, where was it? Background size cover, and that fixed it.
Okay. That was
So
for a white space from.
yeah, so like when you would scroll down, I think the picture would like there would be like kind of like a margin at the top that wouldn't be visible otherwise until you scrolled up or down.
Okay.
But once I added the background size cover rule, it stuck in place. So
Awesome. That's cool.
yeah. And then, but yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. I think I'm just gonna, add some blurbs, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that as an education tab because I only have a high school education. I don't really have any college or anything. So it's not that impressive.
Oh, you can put the dojo there.
Oh yeah, I guess. It's yeah.
It gives you an opportunity to talk about what you went through. You do have to, explain a little bit more than saying, "Oh, I got a degree at so," but you have to say, "Okay, well, I built so many projects over a course of time and this stack, and it gives you a chance to talk about something there. So put it, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And then these buttons all work. They'll take you to the GitHub, LinkedIn, and then prompt you to email me. So
Awesome.
and then just the placeholder. I didn't realize at the time, but I added the class placeholder, and then Bootstrap just added a placeholder in there. So I didn't realize that was a Bootstrap rule until I did it. So
Okay.
But other than that, I think I'd just like to add a nav bar at the top, and that's about it for now.
Awesome. Or I thought that was your nav bar. Oh no, that's just like a card.
Yeah.
You know what you could also do is you can make those three icons like float on the right hand side of the screen. So wherever you go on the page, you have your icons there for GitHub, LinkedIn, and your Gmail.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
nav bar at the top. It's just throwing out options in there.
Yeah, I think this would just look small if these icons were in there, but maybe if you scrolled down,
It
they
wouldn't
would
even
pop
be a bar.
over.
It would just be like sticky yeah, what do you call it? Social media icons.
Okay.
Let's see if I can pull up an example, post it in the chat. But nice job, Kai. I really like your site. It has this very nice beachy feeling, different than Anthony's, but still good. Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think the only other thing is these photos are like my photos, and they kind of like they look a little like painted just because of I think the compression or whatever. Because I took these photos with my phone and then uploaded them to Google Drive.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if they got compressed or what, but they don't look as great as I would like them to. But
Okay.
other than that, that's the only other thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at images of the floating icons I'm recommending, and it looks decent, but it's not the best looking. It's just an option. But
okay.
I just thought I'd throw it out there. Okay. So awesome. Thank you, Kai. Really nice site. Next up, we have Kyle. We could have predicted that. Kyle.
All right, pulling it up here. And perfect, so there's that. So basically, it was about Wednesday night though, where I realized when I was trying to get everything to display correctly in that small mobile form that I had no idea what I was doing. And I made the executive decision to say like, okay, I'm going to make an MVP for Friday, but then go back and redo it. So pretty much this is my final rough draft. But what we're looking at here is that we got the nav bar that goes down, and I was able to figure out that this is supposed to be portfolio pictures, just quick sample pictures, but for now they're placeholders. We got a few working parts that just kind of brings it down to show a little bit about it. Didn't really adjust too much on the correction there, but if anyone has recommendations to how to get the nav bar always a little bit further down, that would be great. But everything kind of flows through to the rest of the parts, and we got some working buttons on the bottom that could look a little bit better. Like I said, at the end of the day, I do want to go back and build it all up from the mobile perspective compared to the desktop view. And now that I understand Bootstrap a little bit better, I definitely am looking forward to that next week. And yeah, really just wanted to take this as a time to learn some stuff and definitely learn through it. So yeah.
Awesome. Looking great, Kyle. And again, you have that app squish if your images are making your page load too slow because the files are so big. So
that's definitely something I was like having a lot of trouble with. So that's definitely something I'm going to look into for sure.
awesome. Okay.
Cool,
All
cool,
right.
cool.
Thank you, Kyle. Before I move on, I just want to say maybe a little bit of margin bottom for the education section where the images for your education.
Yeah. I ran into the pictures where it's like if I keep scaling it, then yeah, that gets moved around a bit. So definitely.
Or you can make it its own like row, right? Like you can just put a description of what you studied at each thing. So
Oh, gotcha.
all right. Thank you, Kyle. Nicely done. We're moving on to Laksh. Is Laksh here? Nope, I don't think he's here. Okay, so next up is Mark.
We can wait for a Laksh if you want.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Nah. Yeah, I literally have like 2 days to work on mine. To traveling, but so far what I have is this. Which is pretty much where I was on Tuesday. But I didn't have any other time to work on it. But yeah, basically just I'm working on the videos to try to get those. I'm doing it all on Zoom, which is kind of nice. And then I have to build a video menu so that you actually can like start, stop, and see everything. Functionality works, but obviously no one's coming to see boxing. But yeah, I got the links and stuff working, education. Like the layout is pretty much done. It's just the functionality of everything. Carousel works, although it's a little laggy sometimes. But yeah, I didn't really have much time. So yeah, that's it.
You know what I'd recommend is like a border around your carousel. Some sort of like
border?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
like fancy pre-made CSS borders. You can, at least test to see if it fits. Let me see if I can link one. Anything else? Anyone have any other recommendations for Mark before we move on? All right, and I'm going to link it in the chat for you, Mark, in case you want to take a look and see some there. If you don't like them, then, throw them away, but you have a link there. You can see CSS borders, pre-customized.
Sounds good.
Okay. We finished Mark. Thank you, Mark. We're moving on to Nicholas.
Yeah. Mine pretty much looks the same. I haven't really changed much about it. I did make this to link to my source code on GitHub, but then if I press it like more than twice, then it just keeps coming back to this page. And then, yeah, I didn't really change too much. Other than that, I've been working on my other project, which was the dental office one. And
Mhm.
then I just got like the base layout for the first page at least. And
Nice.
then I was trying to get this carousel to look a little different. I guess like this with the white background
Right.
and a circle image. And I was
Yeah.
like playing around with that and didn't get it to work yet, but I'll be working on that. And then yeah, pretty much
Awesome.
it for now.
Okay. I didn't know you had a second one though, the dental there, but that looks great. SJ Summit Dental sounds familiar. Where's this dental place located?
It's in SoCal.
Okay.
Yeah, in like Artesia.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, looking great. So far, so good. Any questions for Nicholas before we move on? If anyone needs a dentist, SoCal, let me know. I might need one. You'll see me in person, maybe. All right. Okay.
All right.
Thank
you.
you, Nicholas. All right. Next up, we have Ryan. You ready, Ryan?
Yeah, sorry, just trying to make the finishing touches. Yeah, so I haven't really changed much from yesterday aside from adding an additional page. So I did make the nav bar a fixed position. So when I scroll down, it's going to stay the same. And I did add a home option. So when I click on this, it's going to return you to the home page or just basically the top page. Yeah, so as I've presented, yes, in the past couple days, I made the transitions for each file icon. And when I click on these, it just sends you to the page that you're looking for. And so when I fixed the position of the nav bar, it did create a new issue. So when I click on this, it's gonna cover up it's gonna cover up the title. So I'm not sure how to push it down when I click it. So yeah, there's that.
I think we can fix that.
Okay, and yeah, so when I click on the classified background, it's gonna show you this typing animation. It just goes over my education, my motivation partially, but I do have a separate page for that. So when I go to projects, it's gonna send you here. It's your list of projects. So obviously I haven't really done, it's still at the beginning. We're still at the very beginning, so I haven't really had a lot of projects done yet. But the one I have so far is Dojo Wetter. And I added a transition animation for the icon, so that catches the user's attention. So when I click on this, it's gonna show up an explanation with the same typing of animation. And when I click on the skill sets, it's gonna show you the icons for all the language I have mastered, or at least I'm familiar with. And obviously there's this pie chart that took me hours to make, but still not very satisfied. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to change the color of the text, but it is what it is. So there's that. And so the new page I created was the motive, and it's just gonna send you down to this page called Y code, and I added this new animation with the mail. Now I don't know why I picked up a mail icon, but no.
Okay.
I guess I'm just trying to make it look like some kind of web server. So yeah, and I added this I just added this animation, and something I've learned from these animation functions is that you can always use the what do you call it, the keyframes function. But so yeah, that's something new I've learned. And so when I click on this, it's just going to show my reasoning, which is just condensed into a bullshit quote. But yeah, and for this page specifically, I was trying to add this new animation gimmick, but the page that I was looking for ended up shutting down at the worst time possible. So I just had to settle with this basic hover animation. So yeah, there's that.
Oh, I like the quote. That's nice.
Yeah, but
I like the look too. It's very unique. You have like several layers of div, and you're at the center of the onion there. So
yeah.
that's a new look. I haven't seen this
What
yet.
was the second image in the icon?
Oh, it's one of those meme faces I found. I think it was one of those Ninjago memes.
What is that? That's scary.
That's not so.
That doesn't look right.
Yeah, it's
You gotta replace that one. Yeah, you got.
yeah, I'm just being humorous here, but yeah.
No, it's funny, but it's scary. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's that, but yeah.
was that actually you? No.
Oh, that's
Okay.
that's a video of someone else. That's a
Okay.
picture of someone else, but yeah.
Someone else. Okay.
Yeah, so right now I'm trying to figure out how I can see the page without having the navbar cover up the main title. So yeah, that's just what I've been working on so far.
Okay. Looking great, Ryan.
All right.
Thank you, Ryan. Up next, we have Shakira.
Darn, I thought you would have forgot me again this time.
Nope. Didn't forget you.
Okay, so I didn't do too much design wise. I did get all my functionality still in. I actually spent a lot of last night testing on different user devices because my mobile was kind of off. But yeah, y'all can see that.
Nice.
So I'm still gonna I'm still gonna work on the design. I'm planning on redesigning the home page and the contact page, my project page and resume page. I pretty much kind of got it the way I want to. It's all still responsive. I did get my resume and stuff in there. Let me see if it pulls out. Yeah, so it's still responsive. I was able to fix a lot of those errors I was initially having.
Nice.
My project page, I got it the way I want to. I did get my modal to pop up on there.
Oh, that's nice.
And yeah, I got to redesign, like I said, my contact page and my home page. So I ended up getting it wireframed out, but I haven't done it yet. Like I said, I spent most of the time testing to make sure it was going to work on the mobile. So I'm probably just going to work on the design later on. But
Nice.
yeah, everything's functional.
I really like how the nav bar, it looks like you drew that nav bar by hand.
Yeah, I used one of those things that Narciso showed us to try to change it.
That's crazy looking. I had not ever seen that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to add some gifts and stuff, I guess, to try to like make these sections look a little different. But yeah,
this is a really clean look. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, can you post that make your own logo again in the chat? That one.
Oh yeah, yep, no problem.
Awesome. Logo.com. See, I tried going there, but it felt like I had gone to the wrong website or something. Anyways, don't matter. Thank you, Shakira. Really nice website. Next up, we have Shannon.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is my little page. I added like the little reviews at the bottom, and I added to where it could jump to different parts of the page and back to the top. That's pretty much all I did for this one. Also, kind of started working on like a mock profile page. So this is what I did so far, but I didn't add a lot of information into it. It's more so like a layout, and that's what I have so far.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like the background a lot. The paw prints. That's cool. That's a cool wallpaper.
Thank you.
And so is this where is this vet located? In Detroit.
Yeah.
This is pretty nice. So does it have the bottom area finished, the reviews, or Oh, that's your work. You're working on that, right? Oh no, it's there. I missed it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
Looking great.
Thank you. And yeah, this is pretty much kind of the same. I kind of did the same stuff to it.
Wow, that's a crazy.
Kind of jump in and that's it.
Whoa, let's stay on here a little bit. Let's scroll through. Okay. Yeah.
I still
And
have to add a lot of stuff to it. And like skill stuff and different stuff there. And I was gonna put like a little form down there.
yeah, that is a very colorful picture. It's like a rich purple.
Sorry, I love color.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Shannon. And moving on to Sylvia.
I didn't really change much from yesterday, except that I got the buttons to click and I made it this I added media query so that it looks like this on mobile
Nice.
and it's able to click like and slide as well.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. That's super cool. Looks like a real food review site. Like Noms is totally a name I could see being out there. Okay. Well, if you take over Yelp, we know where it started. Okay, thank you, Sylvia. And last but not least, no, we're not the last yet. We're at Yancey.
Finally, I don't like this order. Let's see. Oops. All right, here's mine. Shoot. So it does this. It starts. I had some issues with when it refreshes. The top doesn't do it. I think I deleted too many codes from the original one.
Okay.
And then when I click this, Xbox takes me to this one. Like I said, don't mind that.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's like playing peekaboo. Okay. And
Nothing much changed. I just added this.
Duck at the bottom. I hadn't seen that before.
Yeah, I added that yesterday.
Okay.
And then
this is a really unique design. I see that about all you guys' projects, but it's true. I mean, each project so far has been really. Keep going, Yancey. Sorry.
And this one, I have nothing right here, so it's coming soon. The Pac-Man game takes me to my GitHub, where the Pac-Man is. But here's what I have. I edited a lot from the MyLearn.
Wow.
And that's it.
Okay.
So it took a lot of work. Too many ones and zeros to look at.
No, I like that. I like that your website feels like I'm not sure whether I'm entering like a movie zone, a game, or something, and then it's like, oh, this is your profile. Okay. So
yeah, I was getting bored with just looking at planes, so I added a little bird at the end.
No, the bird is awesome. That bird is so cool.
Did you still use Lottie flies with that, or is that CSS?
That's CSS. It's this right here. This one makes it go to like move the image across the screen, and I just look for an image where something was walking, and I just add that.
Awesome.
In the future, you should kind of create your own like smiley face. I think we talked about that before.
No.
And you should have the eyes track the mouse. The
Oh,
little cursor.
That would be
Yeah, I did add something else here. When you hover over it, it changes pictures, but I
okay.
tried to delete the repeat, but didn't allow.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it would be just like that Mario game if it looked at your mouse while you moved. But it looks great the way it is right now.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Yancey. I'm so impressed with you guys. And last but not least, we have True.
Sorry. Dang, tough acts to follow, you guys. Everyone's project's looking so great. I'm getting inspired by all of you. But here, I was fighting a pretty one-sided losing battle last night, and Bootstrap just wasn't wanting to cooperate with me. So, like, based off of my wireframe, comparatively speaking, I just kind of scrapped it, went with HTML, CSS, what I know. But going from here, let me exit this out real quick. Basically, I was trying to figure out this mobile view because it was still just acting wonky as hell, trying to figure out how to center and get everything aligned properly the way I wanted it to. But I was working on this little drop-down nav bar. The color scheme is off just because I was trying to put all of these different pages within the same container. And once I finally figured that out, I was going to be like, okay, let's change this up. I plan on putting some parallax images just within each of these divs, like in between, to kind of like soften it up a bit, and then we'll see how everything goes from there on. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much that's it.
Awesome. Well, you did this in one day, right? So
yeah, I did this all last night.
So next week you have all to yourself to clean this up.
Cool.
All right, and that ends everyone's presentation. I don't believe I skipped anyone. So, all right, guys, that ends it. That is our last lecture together, everyone. So I didn't present. No, I'm not presenting anything that I ever made. Right? Yeah, I don't want to see that anyways. So let me do the calendar share, and we'll wrap this up.
Is the graduation at 4?
No, it's at 2 Mountain Time.
Okay, so that's 4 for me.
Yeah.
And you'll be taking attendance at 3 o'clock Mountain Time?
Yeah, at the yeah, you'll be at the graduation. We'll take your attendance there.
That's the last time?
That's the last time for Web Fun until you start Python.
Nice. Okay.
So that was it. I really like seeing all your projects. It's always this emotional experience for me where I have a class for a month and I tell myself, you know, it's like I go through this emotional, oh, I have them and then they're gone. So I try to tell myself to not get attached, but no, every class I've had, especially you guys, have been great. So I've learned a lot from you guys. I appreciate your guys' willingness to share and work with each other. So I encourage you guys to keep it up. You guys have each other to lean upon and the next stacks coming up. So great job, everyone. We'll see you in my office if you want to talk to me, hang out. I'll be joining rooms just to say hello. And then at the graduation, we'll all see each other again. So again, I will link in the Discord some material you guys can read for Python to get ahead. You have next week to catch up. Well, you don't have to catch up, but you can work on your projects, study some Python, get some rest, because Python, starting from day one, is going to be a challenge. So again, thank you guys for being such a great class. You guys have taught me a lot. And yeah, it's been awesome. Yeah, I got one more dad joke for you guys. Sometimes I tuck my knees into my chest and lean forward. That's just how I roll. Okay, so I'm gonna roll on out of here. You guys have a great rest of your day if I don't see you or talk to you, and I'll see you at the graduation.